Hi everyone, I wish your day is fine. Today we're gonna start with Unit 2 of your new Hello book. And as you can see the title of the unit, it's my favorite subject. Of course, we have a lot of subjects in our school day and many teachers, many sessions. As we can see the picture, we have math, art, English, music, history, science, geography, biology, drama, physical education. By the way, the word physical education is the main word of PE. So the word PE is the abbreviation of the word physical education. To start with lesson 1, we can show you this picture. At first, we can start with a picture of your schedule or timeline like that. And from your schedule of your subjects, we can get some information about your school day. You can extract some information about how many times do you have Arabic in your schedule. How often do you have English session in your schedule? When does your science session start on Wednesday? And when does your break start every day? So all of this information you can get from your schedule, and you can know a lot of things about your school day from your schedule and timeline. And from this picture we can get some subjects. We can say that we have a lot of subjects in your school day. We can have art, like this picture, and we can have Arabic, like this picture, and we can have science, and of course you can go to the lab to have your science session, and maybe you have drama. So this is one of your subjects. In some schools there's drama, how to act and how to read novels and like that, so how to act them. And we have religion, and of course this is the subject when you can learn how to pray, how to read Quran, and all of that we can find in the subject of religion. And we have social studies, and you can guess from the picture that this is the subject in which you can learn everything about the past and the history of your country and other countries, and you can learn a lot of information about the geography of your country and other countries. And we have this picture, and this is a new subject. This is home economics. And in this picture, we can say that home economics is the subject in which you can learn how to cook, and you can learn other skills needed at home. And it's taught in some schools. And we have the last one, computer studies. And of course, this is the subject in which you can learn a lot of technology information, and you can learn a lot of computers and software like that. So in this slide we learned a lot of our school subjects. And from this slide, can you guess which subject is your favorite? Ask yourself, which session do you wait every day, and which subject is your favorite? After that, we can go to lesson 2. And by the way, we will have here the daily life of Akeo. Akeo is a boy from Kenya, and we will read about him. We will read about his day in his school and how is he spending his school day. And by the way, after reading this text, you will think about the bold words in the text, and you will try to guess which word means this definition. You will try to match the words here, the bold words, with the definitions. So let's start to read about the school day of Akio. I'm Akio. I live in Nairobi, in Kenya. This is a typical day for me. On school days, I get up at 6:30. I usually have breakfast with my family. My school is far away, so we never walk there. My mom and dad drive us there. It always takes a long time because the roads are busy. When we hear the bell at 8 o'clock, we go to the school hall. We have 4 lessons, then it's break. I usually talk with my friends in the playground, but sometimes we go to the library to read books. After break, we have more lessons. We have lunch at 12:30. School finishes at 4 o'clock. When I get home, I have something to eat. Then I always do my homework. My brother and I usually watch TV before we go to bed at 8:30. I have a busy day. So for me, after reading about Akio, I feel that he's a perfect boy because he's talking about the school day and he enjoyed that, and he's perfect because he's doing his homework after school and he's spending a perfect time at the break as he is talking with his friends, and sometimes he is going to the library. So that means I feel that he's a perfect boy. So we have here some new words and we want to match these words with the definitions. We have the word typical, we have the word bell, it's an easy word, we have the word hall, we have the word playground and library. By the way, the first one is answered. You can find a lot of books here. So which word? Of course it will be library. Number 2, it's in a school, you play games here. Can you guess which one? Typical, playground, bell, or hall? And I can be sure that you said playground. Yes, great. So number 2 is playground. So playground is the place where you can play games in your school, especially in break, sometimes in your physical education session, PE. Number 3, it rings when a lesson starts and finishes. So you are thinking about typical or bell or hall. So it rings, of course, it will be bell. Yes, great. And number 4, it's a very big room for a lot of students and teachers. So it's like the class. So we have 2 words, typical and hall. So think about the word in the sentence. Which one here we can say that this is the right answer? Is it typical or hall? Here, when we hear the bell at 8 o'clock, we go to the school hall. So we can feel that the right answer is hall. Yes, great. So number 5, and the last one, this means usual. So you can replace the word typical with the word usual. So Akio can say that this is a typical day for me, or he can say this is an usual day for me. So the right answer here is typical. So the word typical means usual. Yes, great. We are still in lesson 2, but in this part we will talk about the adverbs of frequency. In unit 1 we talked about present simple, and we said that we have some words that we can say that we can use them with the present simple. And by the way, they are called adverbs of frequency. So what's the difference between the word always, usually, never, sometimes, often? In this picture, we can feel that all of these words, we are using them to express how many times I'm doing that verb. or how many times I repeat that action in my life. If I'm doing something a lot and a lot and a lot, this is always. Less than always is usually. Less than usually is often. Less than often is sometimes. And if I'm not doing that, it's never. So from this schedule and from this picture, we can answer that. So we will talk about Akiyu and her brother Yaru, and here we can go to number 2. Yaru space plays basketball. So this is Yaru and play basketball, 4 stars. So this is, this is usually is great. Number 3, Akiyu space reads English books. So we can say that Akiyu English books 3 stars. So this is often is great. By the way, try to focus on that part. Always, something you do a lot and a lot and a lot. Less than always is usually. Less than usually is often, and so on. And number 4, Yaru space reads English books. So the right answer here is sometimes is great. Akiyu and Yaru space help in the home. So the right answer here is always is great. And after that, we can go to talk about the adverbs of frequency again, and we will have another picture to show how does this word express our repeating actions. Always, like this is a full circle. Less than always is usually, less than usually is often, and less than often is sometimes, and this is an empty circle, so this is never. And from this picture we can say that I can use how often to ask about the adverbs of frequency. So I can use the word how often to ask about how many times do you do that action, or how many times you are repeating that situation, and I can use how often to ask about the adverbs of frequency. Here, how often do you get up at 6:30 a.m.? And the answer is I never get up at 6:30 a.m. I usually get up at 7 a.m. So here, if I have a word of adverbs of frequency, I can ask about this word using how often, and this is a great and very important information. By the way, this is like a very important note. Here, he used the word never and usually before the main verb, but I can say that he is always late, so I can use the adverbs of frequency before the main verb after verb to be. And we can go to the second part, and we are now with lesson 3. We will talk about the grammatical lesson here. We will talk about the possessives. By the way, I can have a singular noun and a plural noun. How can I express something belongs to a singular person or something belongs to a plural word? From the first example, it's the girl's notebook. So this is one girl. The girl's name is Lama. It's Salma's box. So I can say that if there is a singular word, I will just add apostrophe S. And look at this example. It's the teacher's pen. So if I see apostrophe S, that means that this is one teacher and this is a singular person. How can I express something belongs to a plural noun? I can say that we have here 2 girls. So the word girls, because it's plural, it ends with S. So if I have a plural noun ends with S, I will just add apostrophe. It's the girl's picture. That means that this picture belongs to the girls, which are plural. The girls' names are Judy and Ula. This is Judy and Ula's picture, or this is Judy's and Ula's picture. I can add apostrophe s to the last name, or I can add apostrophe s to both names. So if I have a word which is plural and ending with s, I will just add apostrophe. So what about if I have a plural word which is not ending with s, like the word children, men, women? How can I answer this problem? So I can say teachers ending with s. So this is regular plural noun ending with s. I will just add apostrophe. What about if I have a word like the word children? So this is a plural noun, but it doesn't end with s. So I will use this word as a singular one. I will add apostrophe s. So here, like this example, that is not the children's notebook. Of course, this is wrong answer, because here I can say that children, this is a plural word, but it doesn't end with s. So I will just add apostrophe s to the word. And number one, this is the teacher's room. Can I add apostrophe s to the word which is ending with s? Of course not. It will be like that. This is the teacher's room. I will just add apostrophe. Number three, whose shoes are these? So they have the same pronunciation but different spelling. I can say the right answer is whose, like that. So number four, Ahmed's room is bigger than yours. So there's something missing here. Of course, it will be Ahmed's room. Yes, great. And at that point, we can say that after we talked about the grammar lesson, and after we talked about your school day and your school subjects, and I asked you about your favorite school subject and how often do you have that subject in your day, I can say that at that point we finished the first session of Unit 2 in your new Hello book. I wish everything is clear for you. Next time, wait for me, and I'm waiting for you.